Stephen's going to be starting with placing the perimeter of the cut through the cheekbone area, working just above the cheekbone, longer at the bottom of the line and slightly raised and curved at the top of the line. This is creating a strong perimeter. He's leaving room for him to be able to go shorter if necessary, which is always a good option at the first instance. Once he's created the perimeter and he's happy with where the length is sitting, he can then go in internally and start to remove some density through some layering techniques, where he's going to be elevating everything up from the head shape as high elevation as possible and just cutting a square shape, making sure that he doesn't take away the perimeter itself at the bottom. This is just a very simple, quick, effective technique to remove density through layering. The next stage is going to be moving in towards one side of the fringe, where Stephen's taking a diagonal section from the corner that he's just been working the internal shape, now starting to work from that corner in towards the center of the head shape, using the points of his scissor and with the natural hair completely at natural full. No tension, no elevation, just cutting on the surface of the skin. Stephen's starting to create the outline on the forehead area. Remember, it's important to leave a little bit of room to go shorter and even for the hair to shrink up a little bit at this moment in time. Stephen's going to continue taking sections into the fringe panel, taking finger depth sections and bringing it down in towards the perimeter that he's been cutting. Technically, what he's doing right now is creating a strong perimeter that should sit quite evenly from the corner of the head in towards the center of the forehead. Stephen's now working through the back zone of the head shape, where he's going to be working some graduation, working with vertical sections with his fingers pointing down towards the floor and closer to the neck, and his knuckles coming slightly further away from the head shape, building in length and weight. You'll notice that the length at the bottom of the neck is still long enough to keep some softness on the perimeter. It's not completely taking it right down to the skin. This will give Stephen room to personalize the neckline in whatever way that he wishes. So vertically, we're working a triangular shape, cutting vertically on the inside of the finger, working with the small teeth of the comb, and horizontally on the shape, working round behind the ear area. Stephen's slightly over directing back to previous. As Stephen finishes the wet cutting, he's going to now move on to the drying part. Before we dry the haircut, we're going to place some product in, which is going to be the Aveda Miraculous Oil, which is a fantastic oil to use when you want to really enhance the moisture and the condition of someone's hair, especially if they have it quite highly bleached and there's a lot of color or products in there already. This is going to really enhance the quality of the hair for when Stephen goes to dry and then personalize the hair to start off with. It won't feel like she's got any product in the hair at all. It will just really enhance the shine, the quality, and the overall movement of the hair. Stephen's now going to start personalizing the haircut by working some deep point cutting through the top internal layers. Right now, this is probably the area that needs the most attention, as it's the longest area and it's been the least cut. We want to create something that's quite deconstructed in terms of the lengths, meaning that will create lots of different textures and create volume working through the top of the head, which will be great to play around with on the personalization and the styling of this haircut. Now the haircut has been internally personalized and the density is sitting nice, he can now focus on the external shape, where he can really start to master the perimeter on exactly where he wants it to sit and how the texture is sitting on the perimeter also. Stephen's now going to focus his attention on that longer disconnected panel on the fringe, which overhangs the shorter area. He's going to be working with the thinning scissors here with leaf, and this is going to help create a really heavily textured and deconstructed feel to the look. Not only is it going to remove weight internally and create different lengths from the mid shaft through to the end, but it's also going to create a lot of texture through the frontal area as well. To finish off the styling for this look, we have the perfect product, which is the Aveda Tussle Texture Spray, which is a dry texture spray which goes in the hair once it's been fully dried. You can really layer this into any area of the haircut, as it's quite a light product to use and it's very dry. It's perfect to use for these bleached, textured, cropped looks on men's or women's hair. It adds volume, movement and texture without overloading the hair or making it look or feel too greasy or heavy at all, really allowing you to have that room to play around with the personalization and styling of the haircut. If you wanted to add a little bit more of strength into the styling, you could place a dry clay or a product like that would work really well, or even just finish this look off with a little bit of hairspray just to add some more strength to the look. We can see with the finished look, as Stephen's finishing off the styling for the shoot, that this haircut really has a versatile play on it and is very durable. Through the back we have something more classic looking but still very soft, which flows in towards the front with that graduation build up, and then in the sides we have those shorter panels which sit above the cheekbone area to really frame the face. Then obviously we have the really creative fringe with the disconnected panel underneath, which works really well with the model, allowing her to be very free flowing with the styling depending on whatever mood she wants to. We hope that you enjoyed watching this tutorial, guys, on our brand new collection shoot, and we hope to see you on the next one.